Morning. Happy the day before the 4th of July. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, and I hope everybody has a happy and safe one. I'm doing the JMT hike, and I'll be going Nobo in less than 2 months. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm getting all my gear together, and I'm changing out some things. I'm adding to and deleting some stuff on route, heading Nobo. And it's an additional, I think it's 30 miles, don't hold me to that, but it's 30 miles added to the already 211 miles of the JMT. I'll be leaving from Horseshoe Meadows, going out to Cottonwood Lakes, and heading in that direction, and maybe by my third or fourth day, I will be summiting Mount Whitney, where on the other end, it's usually at the end of the trip that they summit Mount Whitney. I'll be flying into Mammoth Lakes, hopefully have a couple days to acclimate to the altitude. But you know, I live in Florida, 0 or maybe less altitude, and going to Mount Whitney, which is 14,505 feet or 8 feet. It's a big difference, but then again, I think where my house is, I'm at 8 feet, 18 feet, so I'm good. You know, got some new equipment that I'm excited about, and I just wanted to go over it real quickly with everybody, and so I might as well just jump right into this and start showing you. First thing I got, got this Sun Tactics. It's very small. You can tell by my size of my hand that it folds up. It's waterproof. I've tested it out. It does charge up a small battery pack. With full sunlight, it takes about 3.5 to 4 hours. Now I can directly charge my InReach, Garmin InReach, directly with it. I can also directly charge my iPhone 10, which I'm using as a camera right now, directly with this. And I can also charge batteries, maybe bring in the GoPro, or I may be updating to the Sony Action Cam, the 4K FDR X3000. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cord, for the USB cord, I'm going to run it through my Z-Packs Arc Hall, where the water bladder is. Just run the cord through that, and I have that little pocket that I put inside there. I'm going to either put a battery backup in there, or I'll put one of my my GPS, or I'm going to use this opportunity to fish these alpine lakes. They're just chock full of golden trout, brown trout, rainbow trout, and speckled trout. And I'm going to supplement my dinners with some fresh fish. Now, I do know how to fish, so I think I feel pretty comfortable with that. What I'm going to bring, this is added, this is going to be my luxury item. I have a telescopic little, very light pole. I mean, you can see, that's it. I have on there, it's called, I just purchased this. This is a Lew's Little Trout Reel. I mean, it's small. I will probably put either 2-pound test on it or 4-pound test on it. And I'll be carrying with me some flies, probably the bubble routine, where you can use a spinning rod for fly fishing. So you take this little bubble hook, dauber type thing, fills with water, it's clear. You attach your line at the end of that, and on the other end you have a dry fly, and I'll probably use an elk's hair caddis, I think it's called, and there's also some Dave Hoppers that are good up. I'll also be bringing some Panther Martins with me, some rooster tails, the small little spinner baits with gold, silver blades on them and black blades on them, and they should work well also. It's a barbless thing, so I'll take all these things, and I'll squish down the barbs on them, and hopefully I will be cooking up some fish. With that in mind, I picked up, and I figured, at first I thought, oh, I'll just bring some aluminum foil, a little olive oil, salt and pepper, and some seasoning, and I'll just roll them up in aluminum foil and just make a fire and lay them in fire and cook them like that. Well, I don't think that's going to work. First of all, a lot of these alpine lakes are above 10,000 feet, and you're not allowed to have fires there. Plus, when I come into camp, do I want to take all the time to try to find wood, make a fire, and go through all that when I could be fishing. So I figured, well, I'm going to have to use my MSR pocket rocket on that and use some system to cook it with. So what I came up with, I got online and I found this. This is the MSR. It's a non-stick skillet. It's ceramic coated and it's very small. Again, let me use my hand. I think it's 8 inches and about 2 inches. The handle either comes off or you push this button and it flips. It's really light, extremely light. This will fit right on top of my pocket rocket, and I'll be able to put a piece of aluminum foil over it, cook my fish in there, put my rice in there, actually, and even use it as a plate to eat out of it. I also picked up, if you can see this is probably the smallest, littlest spatula you can imagine. One other thing I'm changing out, which is going to lighten up the load a little bit. Right now I'm using a tripod with a little selfie thing on it that's very heavy. Well, not that heavy, but I'm changing it out to this small, very small Joby tripod. So this is very light. This will also fit really well into my Z-Packs multi-pack that I'm going to be carrying. Another thing that I got is some new, I just got these. These are new camp shoes. These are the XERO shoes. They're going to be my camp shoe. Not only my camp shoe, I'm also going to, and I bought a new pair of Injinji socks, the Performance 2.0. They're a mid-weight padded cushions. I'm going to try to, on the short surfaces, the flat surfaces, I'm going to try to hike in these a little bit. But they fold up. They weigh an ounce less than, there isn't an ounce, I don't know what it is, but they're less than my Crocs, which I thought were the lightest thing. But the good thing about these are they're not bulky. They're called XERO shoes, and that's XERO shoes. And these are they're awesome though. I put them on, they fit absolutely perfect. They're 3 layers. They have a nice grip on the bottom. They are also going to be good for a camp shoe, and they're ultra lightweight, and they'll pack into my backpack a lot. So I'm looking forward to using these. I kind of wanted to try out some sandals and hike in them and use them, so it's a new item. So I'm going to be summiting Mount Whitney. I'm going to be having a base camp either at Guitar Lake or Crabtree Meadows, and I'm going to want to not carry all my stuff up there. I'm going to leave everything. So I got myself an Osprey stuff sack. What this is it's a small little stuff sack with nice shoulder harnesses, pads on them. It weighs nothing. It folds down into a size of a golf ball, actually. And but it has a little mesh pocket here for water. I can put my extra clothing or take clothing off. I'll put some extra water in it, some snacks. I'll put everything I need to summit Mount Whitney, and that way I can leave everything behind in the tent and not have to worry about carrying all that up the mountain. So I want to make that as easy as possible, for an old guy like me. I guess this is 18 liters. It was fairly inexpensive. I got it on Amazon, and it is made by Osprey, and I've seen some reviews on it, and it's pretty nice. It should work out real well. I'm going to be traveling Alaskan Airlines to Mammoth Lakes. I will be checking I didn't want to check my gear in, but now they've seemed to have changed the sizes. The TSA now, I think it went from 24 to 22. My Z-Packs are a call if I was to absolutely had it down to its bare minimum, may make it in that category. But with everything in it, I don't want to chance it. So I'm going to have to check my equipment in. The Osprey thing, I'm going to put some things in this, and I'm going to carry that on the plane along with my multi-pack. I'll put all my gear, my electronic gear in that so I don't get that lost. So I went to Walmart and I bought myself a 28-inch deep, some kind of duffel bag, you know, but it's fairly rugged. What I'll do, and it fits the with everything I have, and the Z-Packs article fits in there perfectly. And I'll put one of those little TSA. I'll put my backpack in a trash compactor bag, and I'll put it in that, and that way I'll check it in and put one of those little TSA locks on. That's how I'm going to travel with that. It will be checked in. I'm going to make a couple. I got to change planes in Seattle, change planes in LAX, and then eventually into Mammoth Lake. So it's got me kind of concerned. I don't want if you lose your equipment, I'm totally screwed. So hopefully not. So anyway, little other thing I got this from Z-Packs, a little hoodie. Also got me, if anybody doesn't know what this is a shemagh. I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but if you have, and it's a tactical, it's made of cotton, but I know that I'll be using something like this just to supplement my, and these can be tied and used in numerous ways. If you've never seen one of these are fantastic. It costs like $10 on Amazon. I don't have a hoodie on my puffy jacket, but I do want to use something around my neck. I do have a buff I'm going to bring, but I'm going to also carry this. Other than that, the only other thing I did buy a new Patagonia mid-layer base t-shirt or long sleeve shirt. One other shout out. Thank you again, Chad, for getting me all that. Chad from Sticks Blogs for getting me going on this North Nobo trip thing here. Also, shout out to Bigfoot. He originally got me to want to do this JMT, trying to get the permit. Unfortunately, I didn't get the permit, but still, I'm still going to go. And the other shout out I want to have, I have a Facebook. There's a forum on Facebook, a backpacking forum that I put out there that I wanted to see if I could buy a used Bear food canister like the BV 500 or the BV 450. Well, there's a gentleman named David, thank you David, came out of nowhere and said, hey, I got a Barricade Weekender. And if anybody don't know what a Barricade Weekender is, it's a very expensive carbon fiber made bear canister that's ultra light. He said, yeah, go ahead and use mine. And he's going to ship that to me in the beginning of August, and I'm just floored by that. I guess that's typical of the backpacking community, and on top of that, he's an ex-Marine, so that kind of tells you where we're going from there. I'm using my Gut Hook app on there. I have the Tom Harrison maps. There are 15 maps in here. Of course, from number 1 starts at Yosemite, so I had to reverse everything. These are very helpful. They're supposedly waterproof. There's 15 maps, and they're really fun to get prior to you going to your trip. Not only will they be good on the trip, but as you're planning it, you can just sit down and pretty much go through your whole itinerary on your trip on these maps, and it makes for a more successful and safer trip when you actually know where you're going and what you're doing. So thank you for everybody and all your YouTube videos that have been helping me out on this trip. I will be doing another video or two before I leave, going through some of my other equipment and any updates I have on the trip. Back to work. And oh yeah, by the way, I had a couple questions asking me, how do I go on these trips and all. Well, I do work. I'm a full-time Remax real estate broker in the Stewart area, Port St. Lucie area. I work for Remax 100 Riverside. I'm a broker there, but it does give me the opportunity to pretty much pick and choose my time when I can go on these trips. And so there you have it. So I do work, and so thank you very much, everybody. Hit that subscribe button up there and stay tuned for my upcoming trip, because I am planning on doing a lot of videos, hopefully shoot this all in 4K, and we'll talk to you soon.